Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me and learning a bit more about how you're going to be able to really maximize your business and online presence through digital marketing for your real estate business yourself, and really putting yourself out there and making sure that you are able to utilize and benefit from all the effort that you're putting out there. So, to start, just to go over the agenda, what is going to be happening is I will give you a little intro about myself and Pyrite. We're going to speak about the journey that your client is going through, as well as that you are going to go through while you're going to be doing some digital marketing. We're going to be creating a brand, and then also how we can create awareness about your brand. We're going to capture and nurture leads. And we're going to go from prospect to client and what that is going to look like. And then, as well as checking on your analytics, what's very important to check on, and then how to maintain once you have those analytics. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Chanel, and I am the founder of Pyrite, as well as Chanel Williams Virtual Assistant Agency. So, Pyrite is a do it yourself digital marketing solution that was created by Chanel Williams Virtual Assistants, so myself and my team of assistants. It's for modern real estate agents who want to be in charge of their online presence. And what we do is we offer you an option to save you time and money and energy. What we have is templates, and you can use them as is. So you can use them, just plug and play, put them in your scheduler, or you can just use them as inspiration. So if you are creative or you do want to continue creating your content, you can use them as inspiration. Sometimes you might get stumped, or you might just want that content calendar to know what you should possibly be posting and when. So we have that in our database. What you're going to do is learn how to be the best in your industry from our marketing courses. So we also have courses on Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, funnels, ads on Facebook and Google. So you definitely will be able to learn from us. And the best part is Pyrite's only $37 a month. So every month you're going to get a new content calendar. You're going to be able to use that calendar or use it as inspiration, and we'll always be updating our courses. So the reason that we did make Pyrite is because we were working with a lot of real estate agents as virtual assistants. And what we found is that many people, they felt very personal about their social media presence, and they wanted to continue being the one that was actually creating the content, or making the posts, or being on and replying to comments, or making comments and likes and engaging. So what we thought is, what if we could just make templates, and then that way you're saving money, you're still getting some assistance, but you are still manning your social media presence. So that is how Pyrite was born. So to get started on learning a bit about this digital marketing, is what you really want to take in consideration is the buyer-seller journey. What you need to realize is that your client, your prospects, your leads, they're starting at point A. And some people are just thinking of buying or selling. They haven't really, started thinking like, I want to move in a couple of months. They're just thinking about it, or it could just be a thought, or maybe they've seen your ad and they're like, you know what, I do want a bigger living space now that I'm working from home. So they're at point A, and your job is to nurture those prospects and educate them on the process. So through your posts, through your email marketing, through your calls and schedules, or even meeting them in person, you're going to be carrying them over to point B, where they are ready to buy, where they're ready to sell their home. So you want to be that person that is educating them and is in front of their face from that point A all the way over to point B. And then that's when you're able to close that deal. On the other hand, your marketing journey, you're also getting from point A to point B with them. And you're starting out with awareness through social media, and then also using ads like Facebook ads or Google ads, and then having those ads retarget people that have seen your or clicked on your ads, so that you're continuously being in front of their face and they're aware of you. And then you're going to be engaging with them. So through your lead magnets, so something that you may offer for free to kind of capture their email, as well as email marketing. So once you do have that email, reaching out to them once a week, maybe once every other week, but continually to engage with them, continually educating with them. So you just want to make sure that you are always engaging. And then from there, you can convert. And that's when you get on your sales call and then close the deal, which we are all hoping that we do. But it doesn't just start from convert. We do need to go from point A, which is that awareness, and always being in front of their eyes and being the first person that they think of when they are ready to buy or sell their home. So, where are they in their journey? Many real estate agents, they're looking for that person that is ready to buy or sell. And if you can look over at that chart, that's only 3%. So they're looking at that 3%. You want to be looking at the full 100%. You still want to get those people that are ready to buy and sell, but you're also going to be getting those people, the 87%, which is the majority, those ones that are unaware. You want to grab their attention. And you know what? They might not be a client right away, but in a year, and if you keep on, engaging with them and they feel comfortable with you and they're trusting you, they will become that buyer seller. So you want to get that whole pie chart. You don't want to be just looking at that 3%. So the mistake that, as I said, most agents are doing is that they are looking at that very small percentage, that 3 to 10%. You want to be the agent that is looking at the whole. You want to be the agent that is grabbing all those people and prospects and potential clients that the other agents are just leaving in the dust. Pick them up, put them through a system that you are going to create. It's going to take you barely any energy once you get it in place, and they will become your client, let's say in 6 months, 1 year, even 3 years. So as I said, you need to address all 3 stages. Awareness, get in front of the prospects. Engage them with your brand, and then you can convert, turn them into your customers. When you know this buying journey, you are more specific with your ads, messaging, and content based on the position of where they are in their journey. If you know that some people are actually thinking of buying and selling, you're going to be able to put them in a different sequence. And you could create your content around the fact that they are just about to buy a new home or sell their home and how to prepare for that. If you know that these are people that maybe weren't unaware or they're just not ready to buy it, you put them in a different sequence, and you might just talk about local businesses in your area and engaging it with them that way, so you become their friend and they do feel comfortable with you, and they may become your client, or maybe their parents will be looking to buy or sell and they refer you, or their friends. And that's how you really are able to pick up that 87%, that bigger chunk of this pie chart, and potentially get a referral or have them as your client. So going back to that first step, which is the awareness, whether they've never seen you before or they have been stalking your social media for a while, we want them thinking, I see you everywhere. And we want this to be in an organic and a non-annoying way. We want to not always be like, hey, are you ready to buy? Hey, are you ready to buy? We want to be more like, hey, I'm Chanel, and you know that I live in this area and I am knowledgeable about all the businesses and the roads and the houses and everything there. It's kind of like that billboard that you always drive by on your way home. You're so aware and you're so involved and you know who is on that billboard. We want to do this, but in a digital sense, online, with your online presence. With digital marketing, your listing presentation potentially started 6 months ago or even a year ago. And when someone first started following you, they literally will slide into your DMs asking for your help. So you could follow or they follow you. And as I said, in a year or so, when they're ready, they'll be coming to you. You don't even have to give them a call and do all this cold calling. When you're following this digital marketing sequence and you are really nurturing these prospects and leads, they're going to be coming to you. So you don't need to buy ad space on a transit bench or a billboard. You don't have to worry about knocking on doors. What you just really want to focus on is being where those eyes are, and that's on social media. So what you really want to make sure that you have before you start putting any efforts into your social media is a brand. And with that brand, you need brand essence. So with the brand, you want to position it where do you fit in the market? Are you doing condos, apartments? Are you doing luxury homes? Where do you fit in the market, and who are you marketing to? You really want to position yourself with your brand. You want to have that difference. What makes you different to everyone else? Do you have a specialization? Are you very knowledgeable about maybe new developments and developers? Where do you specialize? Perception. How do you want to be perceived? Do you want to look very professional, very stylish, very fun? Have colorful hair and always colorful outfits, or very luxury. and where only name brands, what is that perception that you're giving off? Who is that persona that these people are going to be connecting with? And then your style. What does your brand physically look like? Does it have neutral colors? Is it very minimal? Is it really bright and exciting with lots of neon colors? What kind of style do you want it to portray and have that essence with your brand? You need to have this all figured out, because once you do, you want to stay consistent. You want to continue using the same fonts, the same colors, and you want to continue with that essence. When people look at your posts, what do they feel? So that's what we're getting at with that brand essence. So now that you have that essence, you need to brand your content. You're going to choose your logo and colors. And as I said, you really want that to represent yourself and your brand. You need to stay consistent. Once you've chosen what that font is, what that color is, what that logo is, stay consistent. Don't change around. We want a nice aesthetic. We want people to look at you and look professional. If you are changing it every other week, that doesn't look very professional, does it? That doesn't give you a nice, clean brand. I do understand maybe after a year or so, or a couple of years, you may be like, I'm ready for a revamp. That is fine. That's totally fine. But you don't want it to be every day a new graphic with a quote that has a different font and a different background, and it just doesn't relate. We want people to look at your posts and not even have to see your name and know that that is you, because they know your brand. Once you have that, you want to make sure that you're watermarking all your marketing materials and your graphics. So when people see it, as I said, they know it's you. So let's make sure that we are going full force with that branding, because it's going to be absolutely beautiful and you're going to put a lot of thought into it and you're going to be very proud of it. Now that you have your brand, you have your strategy, we're going to batch create that content. So you're going to make engaging visuals. Your content should pop. We want to have your potential client stop scrolling. Just they see your post on Instagram, they're like, "Ooh, I like that," and then they're going to read, and then they're going to click see more, and they're going to read your whole post. That's what we're going for. We want to have creative captions, something that's easy to read, delivers practical value, and matches your brand voice. We're going to post on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, because those are the top 3 platforms for real estate. We want to be consistent, and this is so key. Algorithms love consistency, and they're going to put your post in front of more people's eyes. So post at least 3 to 7 times a week. Schedule your posts to make it easier on yourself. You want to use a scheduler and streamline that content and use stuff like Hootsuite, Later, which I love using, Later, or Planoly. Post on the go. So once you've already scheduled those posts, you're going to also now post things that are on the go. So you might be at an open house. You might be checking out a new property. You might just have some free time and you're ready for a live. So this is when you're going to be able to share with your audience, when you're the behind the scenes, and share with them a little bit more about yourself and have them really connect with you as a person. And then you're going to boost your top content. So you're going to check on those analytics and you're going to do a weekly boost on your top performing content to get more eyes in front of you. And you can put in as much effort as you want, and that's absolutely great, but you do need to have a budget for ad spend. And I'm a little iffy actually on boosting the top content. You need to play around and see what works for you. I do like to put my money into ads, but if you do have a post that's doing really, really well, you may want to do that boost on that post. All right, now we're over to engage. So after people have become aware of your brand, a percentage of them will become curious enough to visit your website and see how you can help them as they progress down the buying, selling journey. The best part about this stage is that it's high leverage, as a lot of it can be automated. And this is when that whole funnel comes in. So you may have heard about sales funnels. This is where you're going to be getting those leads and you're going to now be directing them into a way where you're going to be able to capture their information and then continuously be engaging with them. What you need in place to be able to do that is a website. So with your website, you need to design. You have to have it impressive. You cannot convert something with something that is ugly. I am sorry to say it, but you need something that looks professional. People, they use their eyes and they judge very quickly, and we want to be the best in our market. So design is number 1. Navigation. Nothing will make them leave faster than a confusing website. So make sure that it's very user friendly and that it's easy to navigate. Make sure that it works on mobile phones. 70% of your traffic will be on mobile because they will be scrolling through Instagram or on Facebook on their phone, and they're going to click on something and go straight to your website. So we want to make sure that it's going to work on all mobile devices. Copywriting. Do not underestimate the conversion power of a well-crafted text. So make sure that this is very well written. If you are not the best person to write, outsource it. Go on Fiverr, go on Upwork, talk to somebody, put out an ad. If you need help with any of these steps, you're going to outsource it. If you don't want to put in the energy and time, outsource it into someone who is specialized in these things. So analytics, you want to have those analytics to see the traffic and the user behavior to make smarter decisions. You're going to pop all this up, and in a month, in a week, you're going to check your analytics and you're going to see what is working, what is not working, and then you're going to make changes from those analytics and be really smart about it. Tracking pixels. This is very important. We're going to retarget the website visitors, and this is critical for your buying journey. So all those ads that you're putting money into, you could be just kind of wasting money if you do not have those tracking pixels. Tracking pixels, you put onto your website, and your ads, let's say on Facebook, are able to see who has been on that website, who has clicked where, and then they will be able to retarget those ads to those people that just left and didn't finish the journey. We want you still, and we still see you, and we know that you've clicked. So come back. That's what that tracking pixels are. Lead capture, super important. A website that doesn't generate leads is borderline pointless. If people are looking at your website and they're interested and there's nowhere where they can leave their email and continue to stay in contact with you, you've just wasted a lot of effort, money, and time. The whole purpose is that we want to be able to capture those leads and then from there engage with them on a consistent basis. So make sure, this is so important, make sure that there's lead capture. And not only just on your website, I'm going to pull it back a couple of notches. Make sure there's a way that your leads can get captured all the way from like your bio on Instagram. I hate seeing real estate agents that have a beautiful Instagram and there's no link in their bio. Or even worse, they're missing a step. They do have the link in the bio, but it just goes to their website and there's no call to action. There's no where for me to leave my email. They've put in all this effort to be posting consistently, making their online presence look beautiful, but everything's just going down the drain because they didn't get my email. They're not sending me emails with information every week. They're not able to reach out to me. No, lead capture, so important. And then SEO. And that SEO, as we all know, it's to increase your Google rankings, and it's critical for boosting traffic. So as I said, if you are not a web developer, designer, someone that feels comfortable with website stuff, you're going to be outsourcing this stuff. And all business owners need to invest, and it comes with being an entrepreneur. So I highly suggest investing in someone that knows all these things and getting it done if you do not feel comfortable doing it yourself. There's no shame in it. There's absolutely no shame in it. And as I was saying, that really important sales funnel. So a funnel attracts and nurtures leads on autopilot, building a personalized relationship with prospects until they're ready to take that next step. It also helps you stay top of mind with people who don't convert immediately. Some people, they might not be ready for 6 to 12 months. So this is that way that we're going to be continuously engaging with them using the funnel. A funnel done well is extremely scalable and gives you a lot of leverage. Another really important thing is that autopilot. The funnel is going to allow you to be capturing leads while you sleep. And that's what we all want. We want something that's going to be working for us while we're not sitting in front of the computer, while we're driving in our car to meet with our clients. You need something in place that is going to be working for you. So that sales funnel has components. First thing is that lead magnet. It's a chunk of value in exchange for their email. And for example, we can do a market report saying, hey, get your free market report or your free appraisal. Just leave your email here and we'll get to you with that. Easy, free. People like that free. People like that cheap thing. And that's how you get them in. That's how you suck them in. And that's how you get that email. Sales page, well-written, conversion-focused landing page to generate those opt-ins. So that could be your website. An autoresponder sequence to deliver the lead magnet and build a relationship. So once they've given your email, an automated email sequence starts. It sends them that lead magnet, and then you've built out a sequence where 3 days later, after that, you maybe send them an email, or their email goes into a campaign. So you definitely want that autoresponder in place. You don't want to say, hey, here's this free appraisal, and they put in their email and then nothing happens. It's just crickets. And they're like, oh, this person's not professional. They don't know what they're doing. And they don't even follow you. Nah, we're not that. We're learning how to be the best in our industry, and we're going to have things like autoresponders in place. Conversion tool, an offer to convert subscribers to leads. Very similar to that lead magnet. Segmenting, putting contacts into different buckets based on behavior. So as I said a couple of slides back, those people that are ready to buy or sell, they go into a segment. Those people that have no idea, or if they're going to move in the next year or so, they go into another segment. Your past clients, people that you've already worked with, those go into a segment, and you keep on engaging with them as well. So very important is segmenting. Retargeting, showing different ads based on where they are in their journey. And that's where we use those pixels to retarget and get those ads in front of their face again if they have visited our website. And nurture sequence is a value stream to stay relevant with people who didn't convert. And with this sales funnel, this is all, we want to make this as automated as possible. So once you have it in place, you don't have to worry about it again. Advertising. This is how we're going to get our traffic, well, part of our traffic into that sales funnel. So now that you have your funnel set up, you need to advertise to get more people into it. Advertising is an extremely effective and cost-efficient way to do that if your ads are relevant and well-crafted. But if your ads aren't put together well, you're just throwing money in a black hole. And most people do this. So we want to make sure all of our systems are in place, all of our brand essence is scattered everywhere. Our well-written copy, everything is in place before we start putting money into advertising. We are going to be putting money into advertising, but we just want to make sure that everything's in place because we don't want to be wasting money. So then your social media campaigns. So you're going to have those engagement ads boosting your top posts to build awareness. You're going to have the conversion ads promoting your lead magnet to get subscribers. And then you're going to be retargeting web visitors with results, testimonials, and services. Your Google campaigns. You're going to have search ads to your sales page for people typing in keywords. Thank you, SEO. Display ads to your homepage that show up on similar websites. And display ads retargeting web visits with general branding. With your ads, we really want to nail your target. Most people go way too broad and waste their money. Since you're a hyper-local business, don't target the entire state or city or province or wherever you're located. Get hyper-local. Even if you type in your subword, for example, Paddington, it will add a 10 to 25 mile radius by default. Get in there and make it smaller. What you want to do is type in your address and create a radius of 2 to 10 kilometers. This way, your targets are locals. You're working with locals. You want to be the authority in your local community or wherever it is that you do your business. You do not need eyes 100 miles or kilometers away from where you're doing business. It doesn't make sense. It's so amazing with what you can do with ads. The fact that you can really target who you want the eyes to be on those ads and where you're spending your money. So let's get really super local. Let's really figure out where it is that we want to make those sales. So now you've had everything in place. Yay, it's now from prospect to client. So whether someone opted in for your lead magnet, for example, that property report, or they inquired directly, it's time to deliver what you said and invite them to work with you. You can use a calendar service to have them book an appointment, and you can use something such as Calendly or just call them right away. After your call, send them a service presentation, which is a PDF, and now they're interested. You want to give them something to look over, like a listing kit. So make it sharp and beautiful and just puke out all that brand essence all over it and just make it the design fantastic and that wonderful copy. You really want to nurture your leads. Not everyone is ready right now, and that's okay. And I hope that I was drilling that into your head before. we are getting that full pie circle, the 100% of people that are ready, who are not ready, and the people that haven't even really thought about it. Make make sure that you keep in touch because you never know when they might take action. It doesn't matter if you got there first. If someone else's calls at the same time, they might go with them. You'd be amazed how many agents leave money on the table because they didn't follow up. You want to make sure that you're using a CRM. A CRM is going to allow you to store all of your contacts and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. Don't try to rely on your memory for following up. Set reminders and have nurture process like a weekly email or monthly check-in call. Something that I'm sure you are doing, and I can't stress enough, is just talk to Siri. If you have an iPhone or a Hey Google on your Android, say, Siri, set a reminder to call this person in 2 weeks. And guess what? In 2 weeks, Siri says, hey, ring, 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 call this person. It's so simple to do that. Using a CRM, HubSpot is free to start. That is a great way. Just something that you can plop in those contacts and you can easily move them and see where they are in their journey, and you can set up a way to have a strategy of following up. Use that CRM, girl. And with that, once you've had your clients, you want referrals and testimonials. What you're going to do with those testimonials is definitely get them to leave a review on Google. So important because everyone Googles everything. So if someone Googles you and they see that you have 4.5 stars, they're going to love it. So every time you work with a client, make sure that they do that right away. Social proof goes a long way. Reviews are the critical part of the process, and you should get these from every client as soon as the result is delivered. Strike when the iron is hot. So don't wait, a month and they've moved in and they're just happy and they're like, yeah, I'll get to it. No, get it when they're popping champagne and they're super excited, and just plop your phone or their phone right in front of their face and say, can you write me a review, or write it down on paper and I'll do it. Just get it done and do it right away when they're happy and they love you to pieces. Referrals, you'd be surprised how many businesses you can get if you just ask. If you've made someone's life way easier, they'd be happy to refer you to someone else. So don't be shy. Ask for a referral. And client nurture, it's much easier to sell to your existing customers than finding new ones. Check in with your past clients regularly to see if there's anything you can help with. So definitely, as I said, get them into a segment and have them in email campaigns and have your face show to them regularly, maybe just once a month. Send out an email and give them some information. And a lot of real estate agents may have like a bonus offer, like some kind of what do you call it when you can win something? Say, the first 10 people that respond to this email will be put into a draw for a gift card to Amazon. And that's just a really great way to stay connected with those past clients who can potentially give you referrals or continued business. Analytics, the fun stuff to see how all of your efforts are doing. So analytics can help you make smart decisions, but it's easy to be overwhelmed if you don't know what you're looking for. Only look at the metrics related to your goal. For example, if your goal is brand awareness, track reach and impressions. If your goal is to get web traffic, you look at cost per click. So pick the success metric and ignore the rest. Only look at the key metrics. This is huge. Don't get overwhelmed. What is your goal? What do you want? Are you looking for people to click on your website and get that lead magnet so you're able to grab their email? Awesome. See how much it's costing you. See which ads are working for you. This is what we mean. Don't look at everything because it will become overwhelming and you're not going to really know which way to move if you're trying to check out all the analytics. Pinpoint what it is that you want out of it and just look at that. Now that you've looked at your analytics, you're going to optimize in the right areas. And when people want more sales, they often focus on traffic. But if your funnel isn't optimized, you'll pour money into a leaky bucket. For example, if you improve your conversion rate from 15 to 30%, you'll double sales without spending any more money. So focus on the right areas one piece at a time until it's where you need to be. So here are some success principles. You want to test, learn, and repeat. Huge one. It doesn't need to be perfect. You do want everything in place, but you do want to just get started. So don't be a perfectionist. Get it going, and then you can optimize and make sure that it's working better for you. So keep it as simple as possible. Be scientific, not emotional. I have felt this so many times. If you put out ads and you're like, why isn't this working? I like, don't get emotional about it. See it as, a scientist, how a scientist looks at an experiment. Oh, this didn't work. Okay, let's change this. Let's change this. Let's try again. They don't cry about it. They know that they're actually probably not going to get the result that they want on the first try. Their whole salary and career is about having to keep on trying. So let's be scientists and let's not get emotional about how our ads did not convert the first time. Be patient and play the long game. It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. I know we want the money right away. Um, take it maybe 3 months at a time and see, how you're doing. It's not going to be really quick. It is a long process. And everything is about the client. Anything you do, think about your client and not just about what you want, but what your client wants to see, what your client wants to know about, not what you necessarily want to post because you love puppies. Does your client care to see puppies? Is that why they're following you? Maybe. Maybe if you made that a part of your brand is that you're the agent that loves puppies, then yeah, that's probably why they are following you. But if originally, you were the agent that loved local businesses and then all of a sudden you're putting puppies, you've kind of lost them. You need to think about the client and what they want from you. Campaign maintenance. So we need to do some maintenance. You want to rotate content ads every week. If something's really, really working for you, you don't need to touch it, but that takes time and that takes being like a scientist and doing things over and over again and seeing what's working for you. And to do that, you need to rotate. Review metrics every month. See where you're at. Check out your analytics. Don't just be running things and then, 6 months later, you're like, wow, none of this was working. What a waste of time. Make sure that things are working for you and focus your energy on what's working and correct what's not. Refresh lead gen ads. So refresh those lead generation ads every month. Review website every month. Take a look at it. Are things outdated? Is something new coming around that you want to put on your website? And review overall strategy every quarter. Get that Siri out. Hey Siri, can you set a reminder in 3 months to check all this stuff? Make sure that you're doing it quarterly, even every half a year. But don't just let things be running and you're not looking into it and you're not seeing where you can A, improve, or B, make some really big changes. And then overall, once you get everything in order and it's working for you and it's like, yes, I got this, you want to rinse and repeat. Find what works for you. Once you have configured your process, this can run on autopilot and you will definitely reap the rewards. You will now be able to build relationships with thousands of people at once and scale your business. How exciting is that? Once you have everything in place, you can be dealing with thousands of people on autopilot. Do you know what that's going to do for your life and your business? You're going to absolutely kill it. And the best part is that your competitors may not be looking at the bigger picture like you are, and you're going to stand out in your industry, and that's what you want. You're going to have 100%, you're going to have other agents looking at you being like, how the hell is she doing all this? How is she killing this game? You're going to get some messages, I bet you anything, being like, I admire your account and everything you do. I see you everywhere and I know you're killing it and you have so many sales. This is amazing. You want to be that person. And if you put all of these things in place and then you tweak it till it is great and then you just repeat, you can go on vacation and it is running on autopilot and you don't have to worry. I am telling you, it is that amazing. So just follow those steps, everything I've talked about, and this is how your business can run, and it can run beautifully, and you don't need to be worrying about those old ways of knocking on people's doors and wasting time cold calling. Yeah, cool. If you want to spend some time cold calling, go ahead, do it. If you're in the neighborhood and you want to do door knocking, yeah, that's cool, do it. But if you have this in place, this could be your base and you don't have to stress about making cold calls and doing door knocks. And that's what we want. We want something that's working for you in place on autopilot, and you are not stressing about the fact that you are dreading to get on that phone and be told no. So let's get the people coming to you and you not having to freaking knock on that door and have it slammed in your face, or people staring at you from like the curtains being like, pretend you're not home, pretend you're not home. We don't want that, girl, because like you can do better. So, with that all said, if you need any help, I highly suggest that you join Pyrite Marketing. It's only $37 a month, and the value that I see honestly in that is you're going to have a content calendar every month. So you literally can plug and play that existing stuff, and you can customize it into your own brand and put it in on your social media. That is going to save you so much time. Can you imagine that someone just literally every month gave you all 30 posts that you can just put and pop and it's done? You don't have to worry about it. So Pyrite is going to give you that. And then the cherry on the top is also templates for like your logo. We have logo templates, business card templates, email templates, so much stuff that you can use for marketing materials, open house materials. And then even better are the courses. So this was pretty broad. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. It's free. I'm just trying to tell you, like, this is what you need in place. But if you want to know how to do it, that's where the courses in Pyrite come in. So we go step by step of how you can implement these steps into your business, and they are always ever changing and they are always up to date. So that, like, the education that you get from this is honestly priceless. So it's like having a virtual assistant and a mentor for $37 a month. And that's what Pyrite is. You know, if you need something that is completely hands off, like, yeah, girl, like, I understand I need all these things, but I don't got time. Okay, I get that. And that's why you need to outsource, and that's why you need a virtual assistant. So if you don't have time to engage and create the things that I was speaking of, we got you. Reach out. Myself and some of my virtual assistants will be working on your behalf, and we can definitely get that website going for you. We can get that sales funnel going for you. We can get those ads, and make sure that we're looking at your analytics and metrics and make sure that everything is working for you. So yeah, it's time to think about getting a virtual assistant. If you're a busy mummy, don't take that time away from your kids. You don't need to. Just outsource it, man. Like, I outsource. I'm a virtual assistant and I outsource. Like, it's amazing. I can sleep in if I want to sometimes, and I also get to spend so much time with my daughter because I am outsourcing. So I highly suggest it. Don't stress yourself out. If you want it done and you want it done right, just outsource it. And that's it. So yeah, it was real cool. And I love connecting with people. So feel free to message me, figure it out. Get me on Instagram, get me on email, get me on LinkedIn, knock on my door and ask if I'm looking to buy or sell. But here's our contact. So you can go info@pyritemarketing.com. You can sign up for Pyrite, or you can just feel free to reach out with a question. Like, I'm totally cool with that. I don't mind just chatting. I love this stuff so much. If I am helping making people and their business run smoother, quicker, efficiently, I love it. Just reach out. So it was really a pleasure to hopefully share some information with you that you are going to be able to use and implement. I can't stress enough, implement. Make sure you're getting done. And yeah, I hope that maybe you join Pyrite and you can hear my voice a little bit more, and I can teach you some tricks of the trade. So have a great day. Take care.